Hey, welcome back, everyone, from All Star break and from early to those of you that tuned in earlier. Hope you guys enjoyed the game. Cardell W. Jr. is rejoining us from Capital One Arena. We got Raymond Lyons here, host and Tarpet Jr. And Cardell, we're gonna get straight into it. Some of the things you mentioned during pregame. I don't know why they kept going down there trying that man Jay Huff. He turned down several people and altered some other shots. That said, we were talking about how we wanted to see competitive basketball, and you listed several reasons to why so many players on the floor had reasons to play. And it came to fruition. We saw Washington start this homestand with a 112-105 win. Again, they will play the Pacers again tomorrow to conclude this season series. They took a 2-1 lead in that series tonight with the win. Cardell, we'll start with you. Since you're in the building, just your thoughts on Washington winning 112-105 this evening.
Yeah, I just feel like the Wizards showed resilience down the stretch in the fourth quarter. The Pacers came out. The Wizards had a big lead beginning of the fourth, and then the Pacers came out, hitting everything in sight. They led 10-2 in the quarter. And then the Wizards put the starters back in, and they got it done on both ends, led by Bud Carrington. Bud Carrington had with 13 points. 8 of that came in the fourth quarter down the stretch, man. He hit the little mid-range pull-up, step back, then he hit the side step three, got the steal, led to Anthony Gill's corner three. He was just doing a little bit of everything. In the quarter, he had 8 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist, and 2 steals in just 8 minutes, in the last 8 minutes of the quarter. And that was enough to get them back out in front and pull away to win the game, start the second half of the season with a win, man. Um, he wasn't alone. Sharif Cooper made some good plays, made good shots, especially the clutch free throws that ensured that they win. Anthony Gill, who was amazing all night, stepped in, 13, 8 and 3. Just Kadari Richmond trying to earn his keep, trying to stick in the league. He had moments, but that home stretch in the fourth quarter is where they won the game, man. And it started on defense. They had the Pacers started off hard, but they ended up shooting only 42% in the quarter from the field. And then on top of that, they turned them over 7 times in the quarter alone, the fourth quarter alone, and scored 12 points off of those turnovers. So they were active, man. And it wasn't just, the fourth quarter with that. They were active all night, but really down that stretch to pull it out, they got real active defensively, and that fed into their offense. A lot of people think offense, kind of dictates the game and not necessarily maybe your shot selection helps, but defense automatically translates into good offense off the top if you get it done on that end, especially if you turn them over. And that's what the Wizards were doing. You get out and run, you oftentimes will have numbers, mismatches, and all you got to do is just complete the play. And, that's what the Wizards did. Indiana, 23 turnovers, 30 points by the Wizards. Points to the paint, Wizards 56-30. They couldn't keep the guards out of that paint. Sharif, Bug, Trey, Keyshawn, Bilal, Kadari, Alondes. They had their pick of guards and wings that lived in that paint, man. And they took full advantage of it, man. So all in all, a good win coming out the break with a good win. See if they can duplicate it tomorrow.
Right?
Yeah, I don't have too much to add. The turnovers and points off turnovers definitely something that stood out to me immediately. You get 30 points off the other team giveaways that give you a lot of cushion um, for other areas of the game, and I mean, and it helped because it was a close game. So if they weren't that active defensively, creating those opportunities for themselves, this thing could go a different way. But yeah, love to see the fight from them. Indiana made a push twice in the second half, and they even took the lead for a short second, but Wizards showed composure, regained their footing, and they were able to pull it out like Cardell laid out. Bub's fourth quarter, that was the driving force behind that. So it's just good to see them continue to fight, come out and be competitive, and play a decent brand of basketball. I was encouraged by the defensive activity. We haven't seen that from them in a while. They're usually on the receiving end when we're talking about the big discrepancy and points off turnovers and things like that. So it's good to see them flip the script. And yeah, again, in the third quarter, the Wizards took a 12-point lead into the half. Pacers came out and punched first in the second half. Typically, that's when we see the Wizards kind of fade away. But not tonight. They fought back, and they were able to hold on for the win.
Yeah, like you, Ray, I think you touched on exactly the thing I was going to say. Usually, you don't hear it night after night. Those three categories are usually we're talking about what the other team did to the Wizards in those categories. And tonight, it was Washington one of those categories. And how about that? We're talking to you guys after a win. So those areas that we've been harping on all year kind of do matter. That said, I'm gonna put it up on the screen for you guys. Yeah.
For me, it's gonna be Bud.
Mhm.
With where he took over late, his activity on both ends, the key, the big shots, the defense, getting steals, hustling back. Um, that allowed him to get not only get back in the game but take control of the game, and he was at the center of it.
Right.
Yeah, no, Bud for sure. The way he finished and put the stamp on the game and closed it for him, got to be him.
All right. Xfactor.
Anthony Gill, man, the vet, 13 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 6 of 9 from the field, man. He got it done in and out, including that big when Bub stole the ball late and he found him in the corner for that big three. Yeah, Anthony Gill, he's a vet. Like he's a vet's vet. You know what I mean? And every time they seem to call his number, he's ready to go, and that's what being a professional is all about, man. So, um, he's showing the youngins what it takes. By just being prepared game in and game out, and he got his number called tonight, got extended minutes, and he produced.
Ray, you in agreement?
Yes, sir.
All right. Hey, look, man, that's all three of us. It started with those push shots in the first half, with Indy kind of Indy threw in zone sporadically against Washington, and AG, like you said, Cardell, just knowing how to play basketball works wonders, huh? Makes the game real simple and easy. And that's what AG did all night tonight. But again, this is just the first half of a back to back. We'll see you guys tomorrow night, both for pregame and outlook, and then again on Sunday. Y'all enjoy this win and enjoy this evening.